So in my head, the fit looked a lot cooler than it does. Now that I'm kind of looking at myself in the camera, I feel like I look like a gosh, what was that one video game series? They made a Uncharted. I feel like I look like an Uncharted character right now. So that's pretty cool. But anyways, running a little behind this morning. It is 4:18 a.m. I know we all watch this for the weather report, so it's 45 degrees Fahrenheit out, but pretty heavy wind. So 45, but feels like 37. Pretty darn cold. But I preheated the car and I parked right by the door, so I didn't really have to endure any of that pain. So yeah, running behind. We got arms today, and I mean, arms is going to be nothing fancy. It's been a pretty consistently the same thing, and I just mean same in the sense of like workout style and like selection of exercises. There's just no real need to overcomplicate it. I mean, destroy your triceps by doing some sort of push down variation of all sorts of angles, and then for biceps, same exact thing, whole bunch of curls, and as long as you are picking a reasonable weight, and you are doing them for a difficult amount of reps. I don't want to use words like reps in reserve or RPE, or because I never really bothered to look into any of that. I think that's just I don't know. I feel like that stuff is useful if you're a power lifter, from my understanding of it. But like as an average, I guess I'm not average because I'm going at 4 in the morning. But as a lifter who is more interested in the bodybuilding track of things, that it's just not that beneficial to me, because when I go into the gym, all I'm thinking about is, okay, pick up pretty heavy weight and lift until I can't, and then I put it down, and then I rinse and repeat. And just doing that has kind of it's done me pretty well so far. I think maybe worry about the more high level RPE stuff when you actually like reach that higher level. I see too many like people on TikTok who are like, they're 6 months in and they decide that they want to do bodybuilding in general, and all they're yapping about is your go. Come on, pal. Yes, sir. But all they're yapping about is
video protected.
Why? The dash cam did not like the fact that this guy went first on a 4-way stop. But they're too focused on, all right, like I got to pick the right percentage of weight for my body mass, and I have to do it with 2 reps in reserve at RPE 7, or at, this is my ignorance showing, because I'm not even sure if I'm using the terminology right. But man, we don't need to worry about all of that quite yet. I think you need to build a foundation of understanding of like the core concepts of lifting, and then like put on some size, really just learn the movements. I mean, I think a huge aspect is simply like that mind-muscle connection, as cheesy as it is. I mean, for the longest time when I was doing any sort of like tricep push down, I didn't really feel it. Like I didn't have that click. I don't really remember the day that I felt that. But there was certainly a day that happened, and it kind of like changed everything for me. And then same with biceps. But biceps took me a little bit longer. I don't know why. But biceps has always been like probably my like trouble point in my physique, and dare I say only recently as in like the last 6 to 12 months have I like kind of figured out that connection. You know, I know what movements work for me, and I know what angles I kind of need to be at to get a good like squeeze and stretch in the necessary areas. But yeah, so arms will be fun. I will not be writing out my RPEs or what have you. And so yesterday I was kind of like looking around at my YouTube analytics, just because I like numbers, like I like the statistics of things. So I was kind of scrolling around and I saw this other dude, which I wish I remembered his name. He has like maybe 100 something subscribers, similar content to me. He's doing like a road to, I think it's like road to cutting or road to lean or something like that, but it's this Asian guy. At least I think I watched like 5 seconds of some of his videos, you know, just scrolled through his thumbnails and stuff. So like, you know, Asian, Southeast, whatever, the race doesn't matter. The point is, cool dude, you know, passionate about what he's talking about. I like the guy, he's got the right idea. But I was looking around at his videos, and it kind of gave me a realization that I'm really stupid, and nobody told me. I've been using like the whole hashtags feature incorrectly pretty much this entire time. So instead of like pasting the hashtags in the description like I have been, I thought that's how you did it. Forgive me. No, YouTube has like a tags like function. Like when you're uploading a video, you can scroll down and add like, you add your location, you add your tags, and then you add like something else if you want to. I think of like identify it's if it's AI generated. Anyhow, yeah, I didn't know that. So on yesterday's video, initially I had like all the hashtags in the description, and you know, I got like 5 views or something. I mean, it's whatever. But then after I added like all of the relevant tags, within like 2 hours I got like an extra 17 views or something. So yeah, that's kind of it's kind of funny. Oh man. So yeah, gosh, if anybody knows this dude's name, it's kind of killing me. I, you know, definitely want to throw him in. You know, like, check this guy out, he seems pretty cool. I don't know the guy, but hey. Anyways, so I'm trying to think about what I'm craving for arms. All right, so I'm thinking some single arm tricep extension. I kind of figured out that if I set the cable like a little higher up than normal, it really helps with that squeeze. So that would feel pretty good. Followed by maybe some cable curls. Maybe I should keep things pretty basic. So some cable curls, followed by some cable-based overhead extensions. That could be good. Maybe a couple more cable curls. I just don't know if I'm feeling any like dumbbell movements today. I don't know. It's not calling my name. Plus, we got to keep in mind, I am a little pressed for time. So I need to be out of here, out of the gym by like 5:45 tops. Okay, I need to be in the truck, ready to go at 5:45. So that gives me about, you know, under an hour to absolutely thrash arms, and that's enough time. That is 100% enough time. Now, if this was a situation where I got to the gym and I only had like 30 minutes to do whatever, I'm just going to do cardio. I mean, at that point, 30 minutes, I need like at least 10 just to warm up whatever muscle group I'm doing. 30, that's pushing it. But 45 plus, that's cool. That is cool. I try to allot like 15 minutes just like as a warm-up period. And I don't always use the entire 15 minutes, but it's good to kind of have that time just for the sake of injury prevention. There's a time not too long ago where I didn't really warm up at all. I was just kind of like, all right, if I'm doing bench press, I'll do the bar for 3 and then jump up to 45 for 3 and then 185 for 3. And that, sure, you can call it a warm-up, but I mean, I think you got to get the blood pumping in all of the relevant muscle groups before you really start touching your compound movement. So I know I've tweaked some shoulders and some arms and some chest in the past, but that is a thing of the past. That will not happen again. So I am gonna wake up a bit. I'm actually a little chilly, so I'm gonna turn up the AC and not destroy my microphone. So no recording in the gym today. Friday, people like to have a little last hoorah and show up. So we might be doing some recording tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, and I don't know anybody crazy enough to wake up at 4 a.m. on a Saturday and go to the gym. So I think we'll have a lot of solo time in there. So I guess I'll see you guys after the lift. All right, lift is done, and I stopped by the QT and picked up a breakfast item. Now, there's a reason that I don't record like the little breakfast hauls after the gym, and it's because I think YouTube would flag that for I don't know, indecent exposure, or it could just be marked as illegal activity. Because as I was neck deep into a strawberry protein Pop-Tart, I looked up and I saw that where I was parked was directly facing a camera. So I know the QT employees got to witness something very special, very magical moment. So I think it was about 5:57 when I got into the car with my protein Pop-Tart and my little strawberry monster, and I looked at the time just to see what time I need to start fasting. Good Lord, that is obnoxious for this early in the morning. Oh my God. The time to start fasting is 6:04. So I had I had 7 minutes. 7 minutes to hork this down, drink this drink, and digest. So yeah, I did unspeakable things to the Pop-Tart. Washed it down with a strawberry monster, and now I'm suffering for it because my stomach's fighting back. But all is well. So the lift, not too bad, not too shabby. All right. I think I've said this every single video for the last however long I've been consistently uploading for, but we're gonna have only not too shabby workouts until the fasting period is over, which I'm fasting for spiritual reasons. Anyways, and the reason for the subpar pumps, if you want to call it that, is it's pretty simple. I am just not super hydrated. Carbs wise, I think I'm doing pretty okay. Because I'm breaking my fast so late in the day, and then I'm immediately going to bed. So I mean, I suppose you could argue that it is still considered a fasted state, but I think it's a little less fasted than, my day fast, if that makes any sense. So, hydration is the number one thing. I can be a little hydrated, but very, very quickly, we go from hydrated to dehydrated, just because we're not staying very saturated, but that's all good. Forgot to mention, we hit another record low weight yesterday. 184.6. I want to say we were in the mid 184s. So, I mean, come on, that's pretty sick. That's pretty darn cool. One of the goalposts, and I said very specifically, this was a soft goalpost. Okay, I said 180. That'll probably be a good number to stop at. And as we approach 180, odds are we'll have to go a little lower, but not by much. Not by much at all. I don't think we'll have to drop below 175, to be honest with you. Just kind of looking at my physique and how the fat is being shed off distribution-wise, I feel pretty good in saying that we are within the 10-pound range of completion. So my hope is that by the end of April, yeah, I think that's reasonable. By the end of April, we'll be within the ballpark of 175. So I'm so excited to be done with this cut. I am just, I can't say it's hard anymore because I'm used to it, but I mean, it is a little, you see everybody else having fun, putting on muscle mass and lifting some pretty heavy weight, and then you've been lifting the same weight for months, a little longer than just months for me, because I started at 260, or 262. All right, 262. We've dropped pretty much 80 pounds at this point, and it's just it's very mentally taxing to keep yourself motivated for this long, and it gets easier over time, right? When you're at the start, when I was at 262, pretty hard to stay motivated to say, okay, this cut, I gotta cut, consistency and this and that and the other. It's hard because you have so much extra body fat on your frame that every time you go to the gym and you get a pump, it's not like you're seeing anything crazy. You're not seeing cool veins or definition here or there. It is just a layer of flub, and it pretty much stays that way until you've shed, in my case, I didn't start really seeing anything freaky until, honestly, maybe 10, 15 pounds ago. So 195, 190, that's when the real freak factor has started to come up. So it's hard to keep yourself going like that, man, when you don't see anything freaky. All you're seeing is that flub. Dude, that's tough. That is real tough. But for any of you that are in a similar position to where I was, I will say this. One, you get some pretty good calves. All right, once the cut is done, honestly, your calves and your legs will be very impressive compared to the average folk that are not like that. They didn't come from such a high body weight. And secondly, if you're able to make it, if you are able to grind it out, if you're able to survive, dude, you will be leagues better than a lot of people. And I mean better in the sense of a mental fortitude. Dude, if you are able to put yourself through that and stay motivated, I mean, nothing is going to be able to stop you. And I really mean that. It's just so hard that like everything else in this whole bulking, cutting process for bodybuilding, it seems like nothing compared to like the starting point. Of course, I say that with a hint of ignorance. I mean, I haven't exactly like started a prep, you know, for like an actual show and dropped down to like the single digit body fat. You know, I haven't done any of that. I know that's going to impose itself some challenges, you know, but I mean, it's still pretty cool, like compared to, you know, the other difficult task. At least there you're seeing some pretty cool results, and you know you're kind of working towards a fixed goal, as opposed to the aimlessness of like losing body fat. Like, you know, I was talking about goalposts a second ago. Do you know how many times those goalposts have moved over the past like almost a year now? Like when I was at 262, I was like, okay, 220. All right. And that's because you don't really know until you start doing it. But I was like, okay, 220, I'm going to look good. All right. We get to 220, and I'm like, damn, still fat. All right. So goalpost moved. I said, all right, 200-ish. We get to 200. That's not it, man. No dice. So we kept going. 190. 190 had to be it, dude. No? Nope. When we got to like 195, I could already tell the goalpost was going to move again. So, you know, that's when I set the soft goalpost of 180. And here I am, 4 pounds away from 180, and I can tell you with great confidence that 180 isn't it. So it's you just kind of got to keep rolling with it, you know. I think it is helpful to set goalposts, but keep it soft, you know. Like I know when I set the 220 goalpost and I got down to it, that was a hard goalpost for me. I was like, dude, like I know for a fact, all right, I know it. It's going to be like the perfect number. And then when I got there, I was like pretty, gosh, what's the word? You know, dismayed, I guess. I was pretty dismayed. I was like, dude, that was hard. It was really hard getting down to 220, you know? And like, this is all the progress that I've made. 40 pounds of difference for this. Now, of course, I realized, you know, after the fact, after losing another 40 pounds, that, you know, it's not difficult physically. It is just difficult mentally, you know, and because of the process, I've gotten so much stronger that, honestly, the 40-pound difference doesn't really mean much to me. I'm like, dude, like, it's not impressive unless you lose 100 pounds or something. But of course, that's the cynic inside of me. Any amount of weight loss is impressive. So, I don't know. I don't really know what direction I initially started this tangent on, but here we are. Hopefully somebody got something out of this. But we have legs tomorrow and Saturday morning. I'm going to try to get to the gym around 4:30 a.m. I think, I think we'll be able to get some recording done in the gym tomorrow. So final note, just about legs. I'll probably talk about it more tomorrow, but they have this standing calf raise machine. And the other day I was like sitting nearby, I was on some cables, and I saw this dude hop on it. He was doing like straight up pendulum squats off of this thing. I was shocked. It's not just a calf raise machine, dude. You can use it for calf raises, or you can use it for some pretty legit looking pendulum squats. So that's pretty badass. That's pretty darn cool. So I'm excited to try that tomorrow. Depending on how much time I have, we'll probably end up doing like hamstring work, and then you know, just kind of like warm things up. If I have time, we'll do like all of hamstrings, and then warm up quads on the leg extension, and then do some pendulum squats. So that could be fun. That could be really fun. We'll see. So not much left to say. I feel awkward when I get to red lights because I feel like people are looking at me recording myself, and they're like, what the hell is this guy doing? So I'm gonna make it to work, and see you guys on the flippity flop.